Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from November 8th to the 14th, and I'm using this really pretty kit from Paper Candy Art. I decided to use this kit for this week because not only is it a fall themed kit, but it's like a travel theme, and this week I did go on a short trip to West Virginia, so like especially this double box with the train going through like the foresty mountains, I just feel like that's very fitting for this week. Currently it's June 27th when I'm recording this voiceover, and I definitely haven't posted a plan with me video in a while, and that's mainly due to the fact that I started working an additional full-time job. It's just for 3 weeks, or I guess technically 4, but it's added a lot of stress, and I'm out of the house for about 10 and a half hours every day. And then when I come home, I have other things I need to do. So yeah, I kind of just can't wait until it's over. The extra money will be nice, but I'm sort of kicking myself for agreeing to do this because I'm very close to having a mental breakdown. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just complaining all the time. Yeah, I also at the same time had to get ready for a trip to Austin, Texas. I actually just got back home at like 3 a.m. this morning. And I did unpack, so go me. That's one thing off of my list. And I did do some of my work that I had to do, but I still have more work I have to do. I have to clean. And I'm just feeling really stressed and anxious and just angry at myself. Like, I don't know if you've ever done this, but my roommate asked if there was anything she needed me to do before I came home that would relieve some stress, and I asked her to wash the bath mats, and she accidentally washed the white bath mats with her darks and turned them gray. So instead of relieving any stress, now I have to figure out how to bleach them. I know that sounds silly, but I've only used like toilet bowl cleaner bleach. I've never used bleach on laundry. I have it for, this exact reason, but I'm just a little stressed about it because I don't know. I'm like scared to put it in my washer because even though it's supposed to completely rinse out, like what if I ruin all my, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, God, I'm sorry. I'm going on. I'm just, I don't know, I'm a little stressed, so I decided that I really wanted to plan and I really wanted to do this voiceover, so I'm pushing off my responsibilities for a little bit longer so that I could do this. I also, for the first time, missed a workout since I started this workout program a few months ago, just due to the fact that our flights were such a mess that we spent almost instead of getting there in 6 hours, we got there in over 24 hours. So that sort of screwed it up. And at this point, I'm just in such a bad mood. I'm considering taking a whole week off. Anyway, so that's what's going on right now in my life. I'm a mess. I'm ignoring all my responsibilities. And all I want to do is play in my planner and play The Sims and watch YouTube videos. So I think I'm going to do that for a little bit longer. Yeah, but anyway, as far as the base for this kit goes, I did skip a full box on Tuesday, and I had enough to fill that day without using a full box. And then I also remembered that these kits from Paper Candy Art don't come with extra deco that you can put on top. So I did remember to use this extra strip of bottom washi on the top of the spread just to even everything out. I guess I can, never mind, I'm not going to start with my sidebar. I'm going to start with Monday. First thing on Monday, I marked with a laptop that came with the kit and this flag that I had left over from a sampler sheet. I marked that I worked. Then after that, with a squared off box and a little Stella Bow Sticker Co. car, I marked that my boyfriend picked me up from my place so that I wouldn't have to drive and lose my parking spot. And then he and I went to go get free Krispy Kreme donuts because for all of 2021, for the entire year, if you were vaccinated and you had your proof of vaccination card, you could get one free donut every single day. So we went this day, and I just marked that with a quarter box and this Stick with the Plan Co. girl eating donuts with a little thing and this sad face. I just marked that I was feeling upset this day. And then with an appointment label and this spiraling munchkin, I marked that my car still wasn't working. It's so funny how something could be so stressful in the moment, and then months later, like, I can't even tell you right now exactly what was wrong with my car. I can't remember. So, but at the time, it was a big issue for me. With a skinny appointment label, or maybe this is a little thing, and this piece of pizza from Olive Studio, whatever they're called now, I marked that we got Domino's. And then the final thing on Monday with this squared off box and a little Michael emoji was that we watched The Office. Moving on to Tuesday with a fancy label and this sweating munchkin, I marked that I woke up so sweaty. Again, this is when I was taking like the generic version of Zoloft, and it royally screwed up my hormones. So yeah, marked that. Then with a little thing and an alarm clock from the kit, I marked that I woke up so late. Under that, with a half box and this Pumpkin Paper Co. Girl Under a Rain cloud, I marked that sweet seasonal depression. It just really hit me this day. I had it so badly this year, and I don't know if it was just more obvious because my normal depression was so much less intense because of the medication I was on. Like, I was like more chill and happy for the rest of the year, but like once the sun didn't come out anymore, I was so depressed. So I marked that just because it was such a huge noticeable difference for me. With a little thing and this Winifred sweeping sticker, I marked that I swept. Then with a squared off box and this meeting, I can't remember, this might be Coffee Monsters Co. I'm not sure. Honestly, I've had these stickers for a really long time, but I marked that work was really stressful this day. With a little thing and this munchkin peeking outside of a window, I marked that our power was out, and we looked outside and it ended up being out on like our entire street. So we spent the time just chit-chatting by candlelight. I remember the first time my power ever went out living alone. I was in college, and it was like a huge hurricane. I can't remember the name of it, but in New Jersey, like almost the entire state didn't have power for like a week, and it was only random people who were lucky enough to be on the power grids that were like connected to the police stations who had power. So like those few people who had power, everybody was staying at their houses. Like, it was very intense. But my point is, during that power outage, I hated candles. I know, what the hell is wrong with me? But like, I really hated candles. So we had nothing to create any light. But now I love candles, and I'm so happy that we had some because we really didn't feel like just existing in darkness. So we just talked by candlelight, and I used a little munchkin holding a light bulb to mark that. Then with a little thing and this desktop from the kit, I marked that I did more work. Obviously, the power came back. I think it was only out for a couple hours, which was a relief, so all of our food did not go bad. Then with this squared half box that I just flipped upside down to cover the bow, I marked that I created. So Brad was constantly trying to go to the bathroom in Janet's little kitten litter box that was like specifically for her, and it was really pissing me off because I didn't I don't know, I was just really on top of cleaning her litter, and he was annoying me because he was making more work for me. I know it's not his fault, but either way, I ended up making this like very intricate cardboard litter barrier thing that only she could get in and out of, and he was too big. And I just used this Paper Shire shelf of cats to mark that. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I had to pay my rent, and I just used the little wallet sticker from the kit to mark that. Then with a half box and this feeling good sticker, I marked that I was finally done dealing with Harbor Freight. And I didn't even mean Harbor Freight. I meant AC Delco, but I wrote Harbor Freight. So excuse me, Harbor Freight has done nothing wrong. But long story short, I had purchased on my Amazon account from AC Delco some struts for a car, and then they come with a rebate for each strut. And I had sent this rebate in months and months and months ago, and they had lost it. And it was such a pain in the ass getting the money for these, but I was finally done dealing with them. They were like sending me the checks and everything was good. So that was a relief. I'm not sure if I got the checks this day, but I think I finally got someone to like talk to me. And even just getting the rebate, what do you call them? Not flyer, but that you fill out, the paperwork that you fill out was a nightmare. Yeah, I hate AC Delco. Don't buy anything from them. They suck. With a flag and this stick with the plant, not stick, pumpkin paper coat Tara on a laptop, I marked that I worked. Then with a squared off box and this cozy munchkin, I marked that I did not leave the house this day at all. With an appointment label and a camera, I marked that I photographed some clothing that I wanted to sell. Then with a little thing and this knitting sticker from Once More with Love, I marked that I did some knitting. With this Planting Roses book and a little thing, I marked that I read. And then moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked with a little thing and a shoe was that I just like got right up and went, because it was one of those things where like I had a lot of errands to do, and the later in the day you wait, the more people are out, and I just hate being around people. So yeah, I forced myself to just go. One of the things I tried to do was get a flu shot. As I mentioned before, it was like impossible around here at the time. So I just marked with this annoyed little munchkin head that I couldn't get a flu shot anywhere. With a half box and the grocery sticker from the kit, I marked that I ran all my errands. Then with another squared off half box flipped upside down and this munchkin laying on a pillow, I marked that I was finally home and done with everything I had to do, which always feels good. Then with a little thing and another Tara on a laptop, I marked that I worked. With a little thing and another light bulb sticker, I marked that I figured out, so we have one of those like microwaves that are stacked above the stove, and then there's like an overhead light, and we use that light a lot just because our kitchen is so dark. And the light bulb just like exploded, and I figured out how to get the old shattered light bulb out. It was like rusted in there. And I was just really proud of myself because I didn't electrocute myself and I got all of it out. Moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked with another Tara at her desk and laptop was that I worked. Then with a thicker label and this Once More with Love munchkin with a bunch of luggage, I marked that I packed. With a squared off box and this litter sticker from Once More with Love, I marked that I had to pack up like a little litter box and litter and cat supplies because we were taking Janet with us to West Virginia because she was a kitten and she couldn't like spend a lot of time alone. And I also just am a control freak and didn't feel comfortable like leaving her at home. So we took her with us. So with a half box, I marked that it was Janet's first road trip and this little Sweet Quiet Design black cat that I've had forever. And she was so good in the car, so amazing, so chill. She was like made for the road. Then with a squared off box and this partying munchkin, I marked that we made it to West Virginia and we surprised my boyfriend's dad for his birthday. And then the final thing on Friday with a squared off box, and I believe these are emojis. I can never tell. I'm so sorry. These like feasting emojis. I marked that we went to a Mexican restaurant, which was really exciting for me because I never eat Mexican, even though I love it. And it was like good, like not Taco Bell, you know what I mean? Like it was like good Mexican food. So that was awesome. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with a squared off box and this munchkin in bed on a cell phone was that I just like chilled in bed. There's not really anything else to do at Joe's parents' house, so that was fine with me. Under that, with a quarter box and another Sweet Quiet Design black cat, I marked that everyone loves Janet. She was just getting along. She was having the time of her life because my boyfriend's parents have like an old house with like lots of rooms, lots of stairs. Like she was just living it up. His dad loved her, wanted to keep her. So I don't know, that was cute. With a fancy label and this pumpkin paper Kotera sleepy sticker, I marked that I took a nap. Then with a squared off box and another Tara shopping, I marked that I went to Dollar Tree and Walmart. Both really underwhelming. I don't know why I had it in my head that maybe West Virginia would have better Dollar Trees and Walmarts than Philly, but I was wrong. With a squared off box and this plate of spaghetti and meatballs, I marked that we got Italian food, which was also really, really good. And then the final thing with an appointment label and these munchkins cuddling, I marked that we just hung out in bed and cuddled because, again, nothing else really to do. We just watched videos on our phones and hung out until we passed out. Finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with a half box and this stick with the Plan Co. Girl going for a walk in fall. I love this sticker. I want more of these. This is so cute. But I marked that we visited one of Joe's best friends. Her family owns a dairy farm, and they actually supply a ton of the milk for Hershey chocolate. I thought that was really cool, and she gave us a tour, and it was just such a nice change from being in a city, getting to go to a dairy farm. And I had well water for the first time, which, let me tell you, I have never tasted water so pure and so delicious in my entire life. And I know it sounds weird, but it's true. It just tasted so good. So that was highlight of my week. With a little thing and this munchkin pulling a suitcase, I marked that we got all packed up. And then with a little thing and a car from the kit, I marked that we started driving home. With a squared off box and a little Red Bull sticker from Designs Key Sticker Co., I marked that we stopped to get yogurt and Red Bull because that's pretty much how I start my day every day, and I was running low. Then with a little thing and a suitcase from Planting Roses, I marked that we unpacked. And then the final thing that I marked on Sunday with this confused munchkin and a little squared off box was that Janet got really weird. And what I mean by that is when I first brought her over to Joe's before we left for West Virginia, she and his cat were getting along really, really well and playing and just sniffing each other, and it was great. And then Sunday night, she just I don't know if she got really territorial or what, but she didn't want to come anywhere near Joe's cat, and she slept by herself. And I think I ended up going out to sleep in the living room with her because she wouldn't come in the bed because it smelled like Cambria, which is Joe's cat. So that was such a bummer because they were getting along so well. But I think we all know that it's rare for cats to like each other. My roommate and I just got really lucky that Brad and Janet are obsessed with each other. It's not normal, apparently, which, whatever. But yeah, so that is everything. Oh, I guess real quick, I'll tell you what's on my sidebar. Sorry, I need to get much better with my, routine for Plan With Me's. I feel like I'm still super, super rusty and all over the place. But the two things I decided to mark on my sidebar was one was that we were going on a road trip to West Virginia. And then the other one was that Janet was really, really good at traveling. I was really relieved. She had the time of her life. So yeah, that is everything for this week. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully soon. Hopefully I can get my shit together and get some planning done. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching. Bye.